Pastoral planning involves a lot of practical structural details, and we'll be looking at the future at details of the families of parishes to be formed, the parameters set by the archdiocese, and statistics to help us understand our current reality and to make decisions for the future. But before we get into that, I want to consider something that Pope Francis said in his Chrism Mass homily this year. He was warning priests against certain temptations as part of their ministry, and I think it applies to our process of pastoral planning as well. So a couple temptations he warned against was, first, what he called functionalism, which is really all about aiming primarily at efficiency, figuring out structures for the future that are all about efficiency rather than the more important focus of helping individuals to encounter the Lord. So we don't want to forget of what our main purpose is. Also, he warned against having a too great a preoccupation with numbers and statistics. With my science background, I do appreciate and will bring up a number of different statistics in future videos, but I hope to bring those up out of a concern not just for generalities, but for you as individuals. I don't want to just leave you with logical reasons, but really also address the way these changes can personally impact us to help us to see what we're going through in the light of Christ. So, aware of these kinds of temptations, before we get into the planning details, it is good that we think of the bigger picture. We are God's family, the church, whom He has chosen as His own. So throughout salvation history, God offered it in this way: I will be your God, and you shall be my people. So through all this planning process, we need to remember that we are His, that God loves us as His beloved children. And though many things may change through the course of our life here on earth, we know one thing that does not, that we belong to Him, and that He has given Himself to us. And that should bring us great hope for the future, that our Father will not abandon His own. So we'll find that the reorganization through pastoral planning is a necessary response to our current situation, but only changing the externals isn't going to be enough. What God desires most is our daily internal conversion back to Him. And so in my next set of videos, I'm going to talk about this vision of hope and how it's been expressed in our archdiocese. One church, encountering Jesus, equipping disciples, living mercy.